If you want a more detailed, in-depth, county-by-county breakdown of what's going on in the real estate market, you've come to the right place. My name is Jonathan McCoy, Keller Williams Realty, Chattahoochee North. Been a realtor for 12 years, Atlanta native for 45 years, and I love breaking down some numbers. And one thing I've noted year after year is that both buyers and sellers, one of their top things that they want in a real estate agent is to know the value of a home, either that you're selling or that you're buying. And so that's why I'm doing these numbers, to more inform you to make wiser decisions. And of course, if you're looking for a realtor, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, make a comment below. Love to connect with you. Now, with all that said, we're going to look at county by county breakdown, and I got a request for East Cobb numbers, so I'm also going to throw some East Cobb numbers in there as well. So let's jump right into it. All right, here we go. So to start off with, we're looking at 8 counties in Metro Atlanta, and one of those counties we're going to break into north and south. So we're looking at Cherokee, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Forsyth, North Fulton, South Fulton, Gwinnett, and Paulding counties. So at first we're going to do an overview, and then I'm going to break those counties down. And again, told you I'd throw some East Cobb numbers in at the end. So I'm going to break this video down into chapters. So please, if you only want North Forsyth numbers or Gwinnett, feel free to skip ahead and take a look at those numbers. Get what you need from here. So here we go with this. And we are looking at a breakdown of these 8 counties right here with a year trend. A lot of numbers here. I know it can be overwhelming sometimes, so don't get too bogged down. But this is looking at new listings that came on the market. So that's an interesting number here. We look at actives all the time, but new listings, just how many were listed for that month. And this really kind of shows the idea of seasonality here, I think. As you can see, we started back in October 2023 all the way to October 2024. And we see winter months here, holiday season. That's the lowest value or the number of actives that you're going to see, and the number of new listings. That's the lowest month you'll see of all of them. And then they'll start peaking up come February, March, April. They'll start really hitting their stride. May is usually the top, sometimes June. They can fluctuate back and forth. But that summer selling season is when most people do it. Just to give you a heads up, because I think I forgot to mention it, this is for attached and detached homes all together. So the whole real estate market. So we're talking about single family homes, condos, and townhomes. All those numbers are thrown into here. Active numbers have gone up. And so really right now what we're looking at is 15,033 homes on the market in Atlanta. The number of under contract ones are 5,176. So we're talking about just over 25% of homes are under contract for single family and attached homes. So for all homes, 25% of them under contract, meaning 1 out of every 4 home is going under contract. Let's see here. I got to look all the way over. Closed. So closed homes, 4,042 for the month of October. That did jump up from September. Not unusual. Again, you always see a dip when schools start. Months of inventory, 3.7. So if you're seeing anything, I talked about single family detached homes in my last video. And Zillow had mentioned that all of a sudden Atlanta's become a buyer's market. That's not true. We're inching closer to it, but it's just not there yet. So supply, 3.7 months. Median sales price for all homes, $425,000 is the median sales price. And we can see that fluctuates throughout the year. You're always going to see this June, July, sometimes May area be the highest value for homes. I've broken down that before of why that is, so I won't get into it. But 460,000 was our highest median for the year. That is not going to change come November or December. So 460 is our high. Right now we're at 425. Median days on market, we're talking about 39 days. And we can see last year we're only at 22 days. So definitely the market has slowed down when it comes to buyers and has picked up for more people listing it. So a few more options out there for you if you're a buyer, more competition if you're a seller. Let's see here. And then sold to list price ratio, we're at 29% on here. So I'm trying to see if there's any other numbers on here. Sorry about that. I went all over the place there. Trying to see if there's any other numbers on here. Failed listings is an interesting number always, 41.9%. So that's 41.9% of homes go on the market, are not selling, and come off market. Now, it doesn't mean they won't go back on the market, but that's very interesting. And then this chart's interesting as well because you don't get this number very often. I actually don't see anybody usually sharing it. Is This is median concessions. What that means is a seller paid closing costs. And our median right now is at 7,000. So last year we were looking at 5,000. Now we're up to 7,000. So again, sellers are contributing a little bit more to those closing costs. I'm interested to see how that number shakes out as we continue through this year with all the stuff that happened with realtor commissions and stuff. I think in the end it's gonna kind of even out. I don't really know if there's going to be that much gain or loss by buyer or seller in total. If you're watching this video and you're looking to list your home and you kind of want to know what the maybe value is of your home, I put a link down below. Click on it, you fill in your information, and you'll get an instant value for your home. Of course, if you put your information in, yes, I'm a real estate agent, I will contact you. Some of you out there may just be looking to just put it in there just to get an idea. You're not looking to sell right now, and that's perfectly fine. You want to kick the tires a little bit, awesome. If you are looking to sell within the next year or so or less, when I contact you, I'd love to talk with you more, get over to your home, take a look at it, give you a more accurate idea of what your home could sell for. But that is below. Again, not going to bug you, but I will contact you if you do put your information in below. Like I said, keeping it real here. So again, that link's below. Let's continue on. This is just an easier look at it, looking year over year of it. So same numbers as that last page, but this is just putting the October and 2023 and 24 next to each other. So you can kind of see where we've gone. Again, when it comes to increasing, this is interesting. So both pending and closed actually increased from last year to this year. That's a little unusual for October compared to what we had seen in the previous months. Those numbers for pending and closed had gone down. So that's good news for the market. I will say that last month we had a drop in interest rates. I think that played a big factor into homes going under contract and selling. Unfortunately, they've jumped back up. So they had dropped down to the low sixes. I think I even saw a few people getting high fives, not that high five rates, but and the high five rates. But now we're back in the high sixes. So rates continue to be like a roller coaster ride, and I don't see that coming down anytime soon. But if rates do get low, you can see what will happen, and we'll definitely see a pickup in purchasing. Median sales price from last year down. So interesting there. We're at 425, down from 429,680. That's down 1.1%. And that's the actual value. If I look at real value, I've got to factor in inflation. That's down even more. So if you're looking at 2.5 to 3% inflation, you're talking about down 3.6 to 4.1% in actual value. So interesting there. Other than that, kind of looking through, not too much craziness to see on that. We've kind of gone through these numbers before, so jumping in now. So Cherokee County, we're going to start here in Cherokee County. Usually I do a quick overview, but I'm going to break these counties down a little bit more. So in Cherokee, this is a price breakdown, so you can see the price points and what's happening there. We see 3.3 months of inventory for all of Cherokee County. So lower inventory. We do see that this neutral market at the 800,000 to 900,000 range, but this is a low number of homes, so that can fluctuate a little bit more. Definitely a buyer's market above 1.5 million, but for the most part, especially in these sweet spots here, this 400,000 to 500,000 range, 2.4 months of inventory. This 300 to 400 range, 2.2. Lower than that, 1.3 months of inventory, and the 200,000 to 300,000 range. Cherokee County, a good school system, lots of people wanting to purchase there. So we'll see that this inventory still low there. Median sales price, we're looking at $479,950 over here. Let's see if anything new. New listings, 460 came up. Closed sales, 306. So interesting numbers right there. Nothing else really too crazy to stand out here. Going to pop to the next page that just breaks down on this left column here. It's going to break down month over month. On the right column, year over year. So we can see month over month, seasonality kicks in, a few more actives, less new listings, pending has gone down, pending ratios down, nothing too crazy there. Median sales prices come down, but again, as you get into the winter months, you usually have once you get out of the peak selling season, smaller homes are usually the ones that are up for grabs because of family selling or not selling during the school year. Median days on market, only up 1 day. No big deal there. Let's see here. Price reductions. You do have 42.5% of homes have been reducing the price on it. So that's a decent amount of homes having to reduce, meaning they put their home at too high a price and aren't selling. Let's see here. In the seller concessions, we're at 7,000, so right at the median there. Failed listings. So we have 36.4% of homes failed here in Cherokee County. So that's a decent number. It's not too crazy. Looking year over year to see what's gone on in Cherokee. Actives up, new listings up, not a surprise. Pendings down, that's typical of what we've been seeing for this year. Closed are up a little bit, so that's good. Month supply went up to 3.3 months. Days on market at 33 days. So nothing, like I said, too crazy here. Here's just some, like I said, specifics on Cherokee County that you can see what's been going on. Next, we're going to take a look at Cobb County. So for those that are interested in Cobb County, here's a breakdown of the price points that are happening in Cobb County and the different numbers with it. You can see number of new listings in the price point, actives, under contracts, closed in it. You can see here that we're talking about a buyer's market actually over 1.5 million, a neutral market at 1.5 to 2 million here. And then below that, I mean, even at 1 to 1.5, we're at 2.9 months of inventory. So inventory still low. We're looking only at 3.1 months of inventory here. So interesting with that. Trying to see if there's anything that stands out. A median sales price in Cobb County, we're looking at $415,000. Pending ratios at 27.7% of homes. So a little over 1/4 of homes are under contract right now. Let's see. It's failed listings on here. I don't see it. Oh, here we go. So 37.8% of homes failed that went on market or got canceled. So a little less than 4 out of every 10 homes didn't sell. So I still got to price it right, but everything's still looking okay. If you're a seller in Cobb, buyers, you still got a little work to do to find that right home in here. Median days on market's 33 days. You can also see this is dealing with price reductions and no price reductions, how many had price reductions, and then what the sales to list price ratio was if you had a price reduction. So if you're not reducing your price, if you get it right away, the median's 100%. If you're reducing your price, you're only looking at 91.7% of the price of your home. And then days on market, price it right, it's at 12. If you're not pricing it right, you're talking about 84 days on market. So make sure you're pricing it right out there. This could be helpful too for buyers. If a home's been staying on the market for more than 12 days, and if you break down the price range category, you can see 12 and 8 days. If you're talking about 3 weeks on market, 4 weeks, you have a good idea. Home's overpriced, and start looking at reducing that price. Or if you're going to make an offer, you can look at making it a decent bit lower. And then here's our month by month breakdown on the left side, year by year breakdown on the right for Cobb County. Again, listings up, actives up, pendings down, pending ratio down, closed down, or closed up a little bit month over month. No surprise here. Months of inventory month over month, kind of the same, pretty similar. A median sales price down some, but again, not a big deal. I think a bigger thing is looking over here, and this is interesting here. Year over year, so for October 2023 through 24, you actually had a 5.1% decrease in home values from October of last year to this year. So that's an interesting value here, because that's actual value. If I look at real value, you factor in inflation, man, you could be down 8.1% in Cobb County. So definitely one to keep an eye on here. I wouldn't expect that trend to keep going too crazy here, but that'd be interesting to look at, especially since, we went from 2 months to 3.1 months of inventory, but still definitely in a seller's market. But yeah, that number there is quite interesting. Nothing else. Nothing else really jumps out at me here. We got Again, an increase in closed homes, which again, interest rates played a factor in that. Other than that, nothing too crazy there. You can take a look, pause the video if you want. Look at those numbers. Moving on to DeKalb County. So we're sitting here in DeKalb County. If you're interested in DeKalb, this is a breakdown of the price ranges and a bunch of numbers with it. On here, let's see if anything stands out. So 3.9 months of inventory, and it shows you how much inventory we have for per price range. So that's definitely interesting. We see the 600,000 to 700,000 range. Actually, there's only 2.5 months of inventory, which is interesting. Look at this. The lowest one's actually at 800,000 to 900,000 at 2 months of inventory. So quite interesting there to see some more higher range buyers in this area, because look, from 1.5 to 350, you're at above 4 for all these. So it looks like in DeKalb County, the demand is in this area here from 350 up to 900,000 seems to be that area where more people are wanting to buy and there's not enough homes to sell. There is a buyer's market 150 and below, which is interesting. That low, I mean, there's not a ton of homes on the market for that. And then at 1.5 to 2 buyer's market, apparently DeKalb sells a few $3 million homes. There's only 3 months of inventory. But again, when you get to this really high range with such low numbers, those numbers can fluctuate really quickly. Number of failed listings. So 43.9% of homes that went on the market failed to sell in DeKalb County. It's a pretty high range there. Not too crazy, but pretty high. Price reductions. So 42.7% of homes had to reduce price to get it sold. So definitely something there. Nothing else too crazy that I see here. Breaking down this chart here, still in DeKalb, we're looking at month over month comparison and then a year over year comparison. And so active, listings went up, pendings and closed typically have gone down. Months of inventory went up just a little bit, not too bad. Let's see here. But I saw this in Cobb, and now I'm seeing it here too, which is interesting. This year over year, we've actually had a drop of 3.9% in the sales price. So median sales price of $355,500, and that's down 3.9% of actual value, or I should say real value. For the actual value, we are what? If we factor in inflation, 2.5 to 3%, so you're 6.9% maybe down from last year. So that's a decent drop here. Days on market, 34 days. Month supply of inventories, it's almost at 4. So we're definitely seeing some fluctuation here in the DeKalb market in terms of moving towards a buyer's market, but definitely still not there yet. All right, so pause the video if you want to get more numbers here, and I'm going to move on. So here we are at Douglas County, and Douglas County, as you can see, not as many high-range homes in Douglas County. I mean, you can see there's a couple on the market, but not too much happening with it. So our data, and I think to get data here, you have to have at least 3 or 4 homes sold before they get it. So we're looking at from all the way up to that 800,000 range in Douglas County. Interesting here, this 150 to 200 has 11 months of inventory, so it's a buyer's market, but I think a statistical anomaly here. Most of our homes we're seeing in here in this range, we're looking at 3.8 months of inventory. And so most of the homes, 200 to 250 is the highest demand here right here, only 3.1 months of inventory. Let's see here. Median sales price for Douglas County, we're at 345. Days on market, 54. All right. Failed listings, only 39.2% of homes have failed to sell, so that's not too bad of a price. And our pending ratio is only at 22.8%, so a little more than 1 out of every 5 homes is under contract right now. So a little bit of a slower market here in Douglas. Also not as many homes for sale in Douglas as well. So we're going to break this down month by month, and on the left side here and year over year on the right, we can see new listings up, actives up, pendings down, not surprised. Closed, we did have a few more homes closed. Month supply of inventory, really not too much of a change month over month. We look year over year, actually not too much of a change either. And then here we actually see a slight increase. So unlike the Cobb and DeKalb counties where we saw a decrease year over year in median sales price, we have seen an increase from 340 to 345 here. It's not too surprising considering when we look at median sales price for the whole entire area. Since this is on the lower range of that or below the median for the whole area, it makes sense that these homes would start getting picked up and purchased a little more. Let's see here. We jumped up in median days on market, and then homes sold above list price down to 20.7%, which again, not surprising there on it. Interesting here, concessions have gone up from last year to this year to 8,613 is the median. So sellers are giving a little bit more to the buyers coming in here to help out with purchasing the home. And then you can look here, this is price reduction versus no price reduction. So not PR means price, not reduced in price. So when you have a price reduction, you can see when there's not price reduction, you're getting 99.2% of your list price. When you're getting a price reduction, when you have to lower the price to sell it, you're getting only 92.7%. And then days on market, if you're putting it right, only 14 days. If you're not, 81 days. So definitely keep that in mind if you are selling a home. If you're buying a home and a home's overpriced, it could take a while for them to drop it, but also know you can go in at a lower price when you ask for it. So let's see. Forsyth County is next. And so in Forsyth, only 3.2 months of inventory here. And we're talking about a neutral market or a buyer's market, only 2 million and up. So even at this 1.5 to 2 million, we see only 3.3 months of inventory. Forsyth's a really hot market still. Lots of people wanting to move there, wanting to purchase there. And you can see prices are higher too. I mean, you only have a few homes that are in this 100 to 250 range. I mean, look, 7 new listings at 300 to 350. I mean, that's a low amount for this area. A lot more of these. And there's a lot of new construction in Forsyth too. So definitely have some new construction going on here. 3.2 months of inventory, 34 days on market. It's the median days on market. Median home value, $610,000. So definitely higher range homes in Forsyth County. 36.9% of the listings have failed to sell. Go into the next chart here. We're going to see month over month on this left side, year over year on the right. We see new listings up, active up, pending down, pending ratio down, but number of closed, we've seen this kind of in a lot of counties. Closed were up month over month. And then month supply dropped down to 3.2. So unlike some other counties where from September to October they went up, this one actually went down. Days on market, 34 days, kind of seeing that. Let's jump over here to year over year and see what's going on. So look at this price, median price stayed the same, factor in inflation. That means that prices of actual values have gone down a little bit due to inflation, but prices have stayed the same. Month supply up, close actually, look at this, a big jump in close from last year to this year, 281. Again, we're seeing that factor in all these counties of interest rates being lower. And then you can break down if you had a price reduction or not. If you're not reducing your price when you're selling off 10 days on market. If you are reducing your price and having to wait, 75 days on market. So definitely keep that in mind if you're looking to sell your home. Concessions, we're looking at $5,000, the median for sellers' concessions. All right. And then about 48.8% of homes gave sellers concessions. Almost half the homes out there gave something to the buyer. The seller gave something to the buyer in terms of money to help sell. Good deal on Forsyth County. Moving on. All right, we're breaking down for Fulton into North and South Fulton. It's Fulton, if you're not familiar, it's a huge county. So they break it down. They also break down North and South because there's definitely different valued homes that sell in each of these areas. Interesting here. Look at this, from 3 to 400,000, you're actually at a neutral market, a balanced market in North Fulton. That is, those are surprising numbers actually there. I'd be curious, this puts attached homes and detached homes together. I'd be curious how much like townhomes and condos are factoring in this number, but interesting. Month supply of inventory is at 4.3 months for North Fulton. Median days on market's 39 days on market. Let's see. Median sales price $622,500. So definitely higher priced homes here in North Fulton, especially when you get into that Alpharetta, Roswell, Milton area. Super high priced homes there. Let's see. 46.8% of listings failed. So we're almost at 50% of listings failing here. And you can break it down. I mean, look at this, 300, 400. You're at over 50%, even at the 250 and the 200. So it's very interesting here. This is the number of listings that failed. Typically when you're on lower ends, you got people buying. I think this kind of shows some investor lag. I think you just don't have a lot of investors coming in and purchasing right now in this area, especially the townhome and condo market. So other than that, not too much craziness jumping up here, but like I said, definitely surprised by months of inventory in that price range there. Also, it's interesting to see your lowest months of inventory is actually from 1 to 1.5 million. So you can see the activity that's going on in this luxury market area in terms of new listings and actives. So definitely a luxury area there in North Fulton. Month over month and year over year breakdown. So month over month on the left, year over year on the right. We see actually a decrease in new listings, which is interesting because we haven't seen that in most of the counties we've looked at. Actives up, pending down, pending ratio down, but closed back up again. Interest rates kind of showing up here. Supply of inventory stayed the same month over month. Days on market a little bit up. Let's look year over year. Always interesting here. So actives up, pending up, or new listings up and active up, pending down. Not a surprise, but look, closed 2.1% higher than last year. Month supply of inventory up, and then sales price, look at this, up 4.6%. So here, unlike all the counties I've looked at before, here, even if the actual value and the real value, they're both an increase. Okay, so your real value went up 4.6, your actual value, factor in inflation, you're still up 1.6. So value in North Fulton is definitely occurring, and prices are going up here in North Fulton. Median days on market went up to 39 days, so more than double the time on markets. Let's see here. And then price reductions. If you don't reduce the price, get it right the first time, you're selling at 100%. If you had a price reduction, you're looking at 91%. 12 days on market without reducing price, 92 with it. So keep that in mind as you're looking. Seller concessions, $6,000 is the median. And look, over 50%, 55.4% of sellers are giving some kind of money towards the buyer. And then failed listings, 46.8%. So it's a decent number there. You're not that far from 50% of listings going on the market and not selling. Cool. All right. Contrast that with South Fulton. So once you get to South Fulton area here, you do have the city of Atlanta falling into this, but you just don't see as many of the super high priced homes here, while you don't see data here. Looking at it, 5.3 months of inventory in South Fulton. So we are getting closer and closer to being in a balanced market, a neutral market, and even going towards a buyer's market in some of these price ranges. Look at this, 4 to 500 and 5 to 600. We're in a buyer's market here. So interesting on that. Median sales price at 305. So you can see big difference in price range from North Fulton than the 600,000 to South Fulton and 305. Let's see here. Where's my days on market? 56 days. I mean, as we start seeing this creeping towards 6 months and this coming towards like 60 days on market, that's when you start seeing a balanced market, and we're getting closer and closer here in South Fulton. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anything else stands out. Nothing too crazy. We'll jump to the next page, which is month over month and year over year. So month over month for South Fulton, new listings down a little bit, actives up, pendings down, pending ratio down, but look closed back up here, up 9.1%. Again, interest rates playing a factor. Months of inventory actually down from month over month. And then price has gone down a little bit. Let's jump over to year over year. And this is a big thing here I'll point out here. But actives up. We do have pendings up here. That's good to see. Closed up from last year. But even though the closed are up, because we've had so many more actives come up, we see this month's supply of inventory going up. And look at this price, right? We've gone down 7.6% here in South Fulton, which is a big jump down, specifically since that the real value here is down 7.6, but actual value, add in inflation, it was down 10%, or right around 10% here in South Fulton. So a big drop in price from last year to this year. Median days on market up to 56. So we can see that more homes available, less people buying. As we're starting to get to that neutral market, we're definitely seeing a factor that's playing into the prices coming down more and more. So if you're really looking for a deal, looking to buy, maybe the South Fulton area is where you want to take a look at. Maybe you're going to wait until prices maybe reduce even more. Concessions, we went from 6,000 to 7,500, and 71.2% of homes here are giving some kind of concessions to the buyer to help purchase that home. 53.2% of homes failed to sell. So over 50% of homes are not selling here. All right, Gwinnett. So breaking down Gwinnett County here, this is price ranges here. We can see 3.2 months of inventory, median sales price of $425, 38 days on market. And you'll see balance market right here at 1 million. And then over 1 million, we're looking at definitely a buyer's market here. Gwinnett County doesn't sell as many of your super high priced valued homes. They sell some in certain areas, but we don't see it as much as like the North Fultons and the Forsyth. Looking at the breakdown here, I mean, you can see your range that people are really wanting to buy in. This 250 up to this 400,000 range, low inventory here. Once we start getting above that, we're at 3.2 to 3.5, all the way to the $800,000 range here. 35.4% of homes did not sell, so it's still relatively low percentage. So most are selling out there, and you're getting a 97.3% sales to list price ratio. So not too bad there, Gwinnett County. Break it down month over month. So what happened last month to this month? Active and new listings up, pending and pending ratio down. Once again, closed up. Month supply up just a little bit. Days on market up just a little bit. No surprise there. Jumping over to year over year, which I like to look at a lot. And look, sales price up 1.7%. Factor in inflation, that's actually down a little bit, but not too bad there. So Gwinnett County holding pretty steady. Days on market definitely went up 21 to 38 days. Less homes are selling above their list price. No surprise there at all. Pending ratio 30%. So just under 1 out of 3 homes under contract there. And then let's see here. 65.4% of sellers are giving some money here to buyers to help them purchase a home. The median is $7,000. And anything else stand out? Again, we can see the factors here of not reducing price on your home and selling it 100% in 14 days. If you got to reduce price, you're looking at 93.3% reduction over a 76-day period of selling. So keep that in mind. That's the Gwinnett numbers. And we're now to Paulding County. Once again, Paulding County, not as many high-end homes here, so you won't see the luxury homes at the 2 to 3 million range. You have some active here, but you just don't find that many. on it. We're looking at 4.1 days of supply, months, 4.1 months supply of inventory. Days on market, 54 days. So we're inching up there. Median sales price, 366, 460. Breaking down this, it's interesting, the 2 to 250 range. We're at 6 months of inventory. It's a little odd number there, but we can see a vast majority of our homes in this, 250 to 600 range, more like 500 range. So 250 to 500 range is our biggest numbers here. 3.2 months of inventory, 3.5, 4, and 4.7. So a little bit higher here. Let's see. 44.2% of homes failed to sell. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, month over month, we're looking at increases in listings, active, pending down, pending ratio down, and closed are down here too. So the lower interest rates didn't have as much of an effect here in Paulding County. For most of the counties, we actually saw these numbers of closed go up month over month. 4.1 month supply, we already talked about that. Jumping over to year over year. New listings up, actives up, pending down, pending ratio down. We did see it jump up slightly, the number of closed by 2 compared to last year. So maybe a little bit of those interest rates being down, showing up a little bit there. Median sales price did go up to 1.8%. Factor in inflation, that makes it down just slightly, but not too bad. So kind of Paulding's kind of holding steady with their values in here. And then we can see if you're not price reducing, your median's 99.9%. So you're staying pretty close to your value if you don't have to reduce price. If you're reducing price and you're selling, you're 93% of the list price. So try to get those prices right. Median days on market, if you're not lowering your price any, 22 days. If you're having a price reduction, 83 days. 63.9% of sellers are giving some kind of concessions, money towards the buyer, and that's the median 7,103. All right, and then failed listings were at 44.2% of homes are not selling and going off market here in Paulding County. All right, for the person that wanted East Cobb numbers, here they are. So specifically looking just at East Cobb, this is a relatively small area compared to all of Cobb County. You can see the numbers here, but 2.2 months of inventory in East Cobb. Again, this is for attached and detached homes. 75 homes closed, 28 days on market. We're looking at, let's see, anything else here? 38.5% of homes are not selling. So keep that in mind. If I break it down month over month and year over year, new listings were up, but actives were actually down. So interesting there in East Cobb. Pendings down slightly. Pending ratio up a little bit. Closed down a little bit. Months of inventory, like I said, 2.2 months of it. I like looking year over year. And so interesting here, we got a drop in East Cobb in terms of price year over year. So down 3.5% in real value and actual value. You're down close to more 6 to 6.5% when you factor in inflation on it. Days on market, 28 days. We talked about that already. Let's see here. So when you're listing it right, you're getting 100% of value. When you're not, it's at 89.2% is the median for if you have to have a price reduction on it. And you're looking at 7 days on market. So things are going quickly in East Cobb if you're pricing it right, 7 days. If you're not, 99 days is the median. 57.3% of those selling here are given some kind of seller's concession, and that median is 8,000. And then again, 38.5% of homes are not selling. So here's your East Cobb numbers. So what are you thinking? What did you see in this county by county breakdown? Did anything stand out to you? I hope you like these more in-depth numbers. If you want more specific on cities in these metro Atlanta areas, I'm going to drop some videos, see how they do here. If you're giving a lot of likes and thumbs up and people subscribing, I'll drop more of these videos. But I'm going to break down, Peachtree Corners and Duluth, Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and the like. So be on the lookout for those videos. If you want more information about single-family detached homes, I dropped the video right here. And if you want information on condos and townhomes, so attached homes, I have a video right here you can take a look at. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.